So again, this is the congresswoman who is inciting all the problems. Here goes the mayor with the baseball cap. There's the fence. They're on the inside of the fence. This is a crime. They've already committed the crime. This is a member of the congresswoman's staff. They've already committed the crime. Mayor Baraka has already committed the crime. He is here. So the fact that there is a member of law enforcement saying you're warned, there is no warning. He's already broken the law. And so the warnings don't matter. He can be arrested at any time because he's already broken the law. And all of them, we got the photos and video and all the witnesses. He's in unauthorized space. Or rather, he is unauthorized to be in that space. He's already broken the law. So he can be arrested. Members of Congress cannot, which, again, this is what they said. So as we go through, so you can see, again, they're being told by this individual, the mayor is not special. There is no second tier or third tier of justice that he gets to live by. He cannot be there. He has broken the law. He is trespassing. The members of Congress are not. No one is stopping the members of Congress, not once. But they're there for the photo op. They are all there to help say Orange Man bad and to say this guy should be governor because he doesn't want to listen to the law, that he wants to make New Jersey a sanctuary state because he wants to break the law. So they're trying to prop this guy up by emotionally manipulating the public. This was a setup. Let me move forward again. So now they go through and we're being told, okay, they had to clear the gate. As you can see, people are being held back. This is both members of the news media and also the handful of protesters, about a dozen people, a dozen protesters and the rest being news media, apparently. Depending on which angle we look at, it looks like mostly news media and a handful of people. But yet, doesn't matter how many. If they're rushing the gate, and the fear is they're going to rush the gate, and they are being held back from rushing the gate. Again, this is a regular person, part of the mob, and he has to hold back people behind him. So these people are a clear and present danger. Going further, this is the staffer talking to, this is a member of Congress, this is another member of Congress. This staffer is telling them that the mayor already was on this side, which is illegal. He already broke the law. They're going to arrest him now because he already broke the law. Now you see them going through.
Where's my congresswoman? Where's my congresswoman?
It's a little tricky here because we can't really see what's going on. We see that the law enforcement is coming over to try and arrest him. We've got the congresswoman, again, she's in the red here. She's impeding law enforcement from arresting the mayor for the crime he already committed. And the mob is coming in trying to separate law enforcement from the mayor so that he can escape. They want to aid and abet in the crime and allowing him to escape from law enforcement. That's what it seems like. That's what we got from this image. That's this image over here. So we have two different angles of this. But let's go. Okay, so again, Congresswoman saying, don't touch him. Don't touch her. Well, this is the woman who has to be shielded from the mob. This is a Congresswoman. She has to be shielded by her staffer from the mob. This is the one who is agitating the mob. She's created the problem, and she's trying to stop law enforcement from doing their job. What she could have very simply done is step away, and this could have been as simple as pie. Mayor would have put his hands behind, he would have been arrested, it would be over. Take 30 seconds. They could have gone into the facility, and that's the thing. This isn't about the illegal aliens. They never go in. The members of Congress never check on those. If they were there to make sure that the illegal aliens were being treated properly, they never go and check on those illegal aliens. They don't care about them. That's something that no one's talking about. If they're there, they were there because they are concerned about those people, then why not check on those people? You know, the mayor got arrested. You know where he's going to be. He's going to get bailed out. You know he's not going to get knocked up. He's a mayor. You don't have to worry about him. If you're there to take care, go in. You have the authorization. It's already been cleared. Everyone knows you're members of Congress. You have the right. Go on in, check on those illegal aliens. Oh, we're not going to do that now. We don't care about that now. Why? If that's your concern, if that's your priority, if that's why you're here, is to check on the safety of these human beings, then go check on the safety of these human beings. Or are you not concerned? Were you never concerned about the safety of those human beings because you knew they're okay? You know the facility's fine. There was never a question in your mind that they weren't okay. You were here to get a photo op. You were here to manipulate the public. You were here to get Mayor Baraka elected as governor. This is a mockery. If they really cared, they'd have gone into the facility. If they really cared, they would have gotten the photos inside the facility to show everyone and say, see how terrible it is, but it's not. Because they didn't care about that. This was about getting Mayor Baraka to get a photo so that he could beat the other Democrats and he could win an election because these two members of Congress prefer Mayor Baraka over the other Democrats. And they know Mayor Baraka needs something to make him win. This is a setup.
Don't do it. All right. Back out.
Now, this is the staffer. This isn't police. This is the Congresswoman's staffer is holding her right now. And behind him, as we could see from the other photo, there's a mob surrounding her. She's right here. This is happening right about here. She's being surrounded by the mob that's rushing past her.
This is not right!
Let's look at that. What happened to that girl? So here we are. Oh, let me see. Let me go back even a little further.
This is not right!
So we know it's coming. And we see all these people are pushing around, pushing against law enforcement. This guy's tripping. People are being bounced into each other. Even members of law enforcement are losing their footing. And I believe the girl is right here. Nope, she's already fallen down. People are being pushed. She fell down. Oh my God, how evil you are. Evil fascists knocked me down. I didn't even see anyone bump into her. She just laid on the ground as far as I can tell from the images that I have. Could be a different image. But did you notice that her friend started recording? Yeah, when she laid down. There she is. She's on the ground right now. What happened just before then? We had officers bounce into each other. They fell down. They're bumping into each other as they're getting pushed around. No, but she's down the ground. Oh, you evil people. And I guarantee you, they edited that video footage. This woman was editing to just show her on the ground and saying, the evil fascist police. Okay, so now the mayor has been separated from the crowd. He's been separated from the congresswoman who were trying to stop law enforcement. Law enforcement have told him he's going to be arrested. He could very simply say, okay, stop moving, allow them to take his arms and arrest him. He's not going to be sent to prison. He knows that. He's going to get bailed out in 2 minutes as soon as they release him. He knows that. He's got nothing to lose. He can just submit. Just allow them to arrest him and this will be over. He knows this. Instead, he's kind of resisting. Considering members of Congress are getting bounced around, again, this is the aide, this is the member of Congress in the red, they're all getting bounced around, members of law enforcement, the mob is pressing on in, the news media is pressing on in, this is hectic, this is chaotic, they're trying to get some order, so the members of Congress are going behind the gate. The mayor is being taken behind the gate. so that everyone is safe, so that there is some order, so that no one gets hurt as he gets arrested and the members of Congress don't have to worry about the mob attacking them or accidentally hurting them or pressing them against the gate. Notice, the Congresswoman who's being allowed to go through, who they're trying to protect, she doesn't care. She's throwing, I don't like it. She doesn't like law enforcement. She doesn't like what's happening. So she's willing to body the law enforcement that are there to protect her, that are trying to follow and enforce the law. No, she doesn't care. Oh, she has, and she want to talk about respect? She has none. Her aide, if you notice in that, her aide has to pull her through. He's got to get her through because she's trying to get into a fight with law enforcement. And law enforcement are trying to close the gate.
Calm down. I'm not resisting.
Keep all your damn hands off of me.
And now that's the Congresswoman you're hearing. He's saying he's not resisting. No problem. They're just trying to put on the handcuffs. These are the procedures. And all of a sudden, get all of your hands off of him. That's the Congresswoman. She's pissed off. She has a problem. She's, again, agitating the crowd, agitating law enforcement, making the situation more dangerous and more difficult than it needs to be because she wants to be treated in a special way. She's different than regular people. And because she said, he's with me, he's my friend, he's the reason I'm here to give him a photo op. I want him to be governor. So he's now special too because she said so. The law didn't say so. She said so. So now she's pissed off.
Hell wrong with you? You ever put your hands on me?
Why not? You're a member of Congress. You're not God. If you're breaking the law, members of Congress can be arrested too. Not like the fake AOC, I'll just put my hands behind my back fake arrest. You can be arrested as a member of Congress. You're not special. You're not different than American citizens. Just like a judge, you can be arrested. You're American citizens. The law applies to you like anyone else. And if you are impeding law enforcement from doing their job, they have the right to move you out of the way so they can do their job, enforcing the law. Just because she's a member of Congress does not make her special.
Hell wrong with you?
What's wrong with you for doing your job? What's wrong with you for doing your job? She doesn't like it. You're supposed to listen to her. She is a black woman congressman. How dare you not listen to her? How dare you follow the law? How dare you do your job? She's here. She's a Democrat. You're supposed to listen to her. No, they're not. What the hell is wrong with you for doing your job? No, notice, this woman is not touching the Congresswoman. The Congresswoman is touching the law enforcement. Let me go back to that. I want you to keep an eye, okay? So we're going back a little bit here. Watch right in this area next to the car. That's our Congresswoman here. This is woman in red. That's the Congresswoman. So, trying to get separation. She is... Officers got their arms out, walking her back, keeping her safe and keeping her separate. I believe this is private security. Not sure, but I believe this black man is private security, who's also trying to make sure everyone's safe. And that, in the tan right over here, that's another member of Congress. So there's a member of Congress over here, security trying to make sure all the members of Congress are safe. This is the Congresswoman who's mad that this woman is trying to make her safe and allow her to leave in safety. And you saw the Congresswoman just grabbed her throat. I'm going to try and see if I can grab that scene. And now she's got her hands on her and she's pointing in her face. The other woman's got her hands at her sides. She's trying to make sure she's safe. The congresswoman is being the aggressor here. And again, this is the other congresswoman, where they're just trying to make sure she's safe.
Get your hands off of her.
Oh, get your hands off of her. She's the one who's been putting her hands on everyone. It's the congresswoman who's the problem. Notice, no one's been trying to do anything to the congresswoman in the tan.
What?
And now the congresswoman's trying to get into a fight. She's now trying to get into a fight because people didn't treat her special. And all they're trying to do is say, calm down, maybe get in your car. Maybe not try to get into a fight with law enforcement.
He just assaulted me.
They assaulted me because they didn't let me attack someone.
I am filing a complaint. All right. I am filing a complaint. I'm filing a complaint.
No one has assaulted me. But now she's going to use her power. Oh, I'm going to complain. I'm a congresswoman. You're going to be in trouble. Basically, she's being a black Karen. A black congressional Karen. And that's it. That's the end of it. That's 3 minutes. Now, folks, I'm going to go to the comments in just 1 second. That's 3 minutes. I showed you 2 different angles of the same thing. The mayor broke the law. He was held accountable to the law. He should be arrested. He's not special. That congresswoman in the red, I'm not sure which congresswoman it is, she should be arrested too. She's a problem. And they're trying to use their power, and I know you can hear it's New York City. What can I say? It's cars, someone's car is getting broken into. But these are members of Congress abusing their power, trying to break the law, trying to put themselves above the law. And the Democrats are saying it's a good thing. They're supporting this. So let me go back to some of the comments here. I apologize again that I wasn't looking at that. Grace says she remembers the story, but she didn't get enough of the coverage. You're only supposed to, the mainstream news media is only going to show you 30 seconds of this. They're only going to show you one angle and 30 seconds. They're not going to show you multiple angles as I have. They're not going to walk through what's happening in the crowd, what you're seeing, what you may not have noticed. They showed it to you once. They will show you the clip. It's about 5 to 15 seconds. They'll show you that, and that's it. And they're going to run right past it, and then they're going to tell you how to feel about it because you're going to be confused. If you didn't stop and keep watching it through, you'll be confused. You will miss things that are going on. You will misunderstand what's happening in this situation, and they know it. It's manipulation. AOC is a partisan hack. Yes, Grace, I agree with you. MLK was arrested multiple times. Many powerful pictures of him peacefully being arrested. John joined us. John Lashcombe, thank you very much. Joe says, I saw a clip that had a different angle. The congresswoman in red followed the ICE agent, either claiming it's an assault or trying to assault them. I know. But I wanted you to see this to better understand what the left is doing, because now we come to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. After this has happened, she comes out. Members of Congress have a legal authority to enter ICE and Customs Border Patrol facilities. Agencies are legally required to allow them to enter. They did. This is how bad AOC is. She has no idea what she's talking about. These are the Democrat talking points. See, they're being evil. They're not letting members of Congress have a right by law. No one stopped the members of Congress. I showed you 2 different angles. I showed you exactly, and I pointed out where the members of Congress were. I showed you and I detailed everything. I put the words up on the screen so you could see it from the news media themselves, and you can see no one stopped members of Congress. No one tried to arrest the members of Congress. AOC has no idea what she's talking. AOC is trying to, again, she's trying to get a crowd and trying to get a rise out of them. She's trying to manipulate the feelings of her followers to make them think that law enforcement did something wrong. They didn't. AOC goes on to say, the people who should be facing consequences are those who laid their hands on them to disrupt oversight. No one disrupted oversight. The members of Congress they could have gone right in if they were actually there to look at these individuals, to have oversight, they could have walked on in. They didn't. They chose to try and protect their governor candidate. They were there for a photo op. They were there to get politics done. They had an agenda, and it had nothing to do with the illegal aliens, because they could have gone and into the facility and checked on those illegal aliens. They didn't care, because that's not what they were there for. And AOC knows it, but she's trying to cover for them. She's trying to make it look like something it wasn't. And I showed you the video of that.